All right, Gotti, you ready to do this? Hey guys, so today me and my co-host Gotti Tuhati will be describing how I hired and fired myself at a job in 24 hours. To cover up the name of the business, I will be giving it a code name, the Clubhouse, so they won't be mentioned. And let me just start the story. So I already have a job. My goal was to get a second job, grind for the winter, blah, blah, blah. So I had my eye on the Clubhouse about a month. Are you crazy? Before you pull my wig off. I had my eye on the Clubhouse last month. They have a large name in other cities like New York, LA, Miami. So I got wind that they were opening a location in Atlanta. So I went down because they aren't yet open yet, but they were like inside and doing interviews. Are you done? I went last month, really psyched to have my application, I had my resume, and he was like, we're not hiring for bartenders anymore, but we are hiring for food runners. And I said, absolutely not. And I took my resume and application out of his hand and left. So I went to my real job, and I was talking to a coworker. I was like, yeah, the Clubhouse was hiring, but when I got there, they already fully hired everyone. They said they were overstaffed. So my coworker was just like, nah, girl, we can't take no for an answer. We should find out what they wear when they start training and just blend in. So I'm like, why do you think that would work? And she's just like, well, I have a friend that worked for them in another city, and they're known to be unorganized. And they were unorganized. So 2 days ago, I get a phone call from her. She's like, girl, I'm in here. I'm just walking around working, and they don't know. You should come. I'm going to sign you in, act like you was here, and then tomorrow I'm going to tell you what to do. So I'm like, oh, so what should I wear? She's like, I got you a white shirt. All you need to do is get a tie. So I wake up in the morning, which is yesterday morning. I get the tie, and I'm there 11 o'clock promptly. I'm outside, just psych myself up like, be regular, look like you belong, and just do it. So I walk in, and it's just a whole bunch of people, and I just go in a corner. I grab a packet from a table that I seen, and I just start doodling, looking like I'm working diligently. So I'm just like, okay, this is great. No one approached me about not looking familiar, but I'm not clocked in. I'm not making any money. How I'm going to do this? And I look around, I see everybody has name tags. So I'm like, a name tag should be easy. I mean, it's just printing out a sticker. Gotta get... acting like a project kid. So I just walk up to somebody who looks like they're like in charge, and I'm just like, hey, like, I'm so silly. In a rush, I forgot my name tag. Would it be too much to print out another one? And he's like, no problem. Go to a little printer, get the sticker. Boom, I'm in the game. Julie, I work here. Great. So that's great. And you good? So that's great. I'm gonna ignore him. So that's great and all, but like, I came to get paid, right? Training nonetheless. I mean, the establishment didn't open yet, so it's just like a mass orientation training camp thing going on. And I still want my coins, so now I'm in my white shirt. I got my tie. I look like I belong. I got the name tag. Don't question me. Don't look at me. I work here, right? But I'm not getting coins. So I brought my social security card. I brought my ID, and I'm just like, so now I gotta get in the system. So the guy who printed me out the name tag, I'm just like, hey, my clocking number isn't working. I'm just pressing anything. Like, it's not working. He's like, oh, okay. Just go to the office and tell the lady in there that your clocking isn't working. So I get to the office and I meet Miss Badwig because she had on a bad wig. So anyway, she's like, she has a nasty demeanor, but it's early in the morning. People are crowding her. I get it. So she's like, next. And I step up and I'm like, hey, so, in a confusion and disarray. I've been here for a little while, like a couple of days, and every time I ask for my work packet to fill out my paperwork, I'm told that there's no more ink in the printer. which was actually the scenario for other people because they are that unorganized that people really were working there 4 days without filling out their paperwork because they didn't have ink. So it worked out in my favor. So Miss Badwig puts me in the computer. She's like, "What's your name? What's your address? Your social?" Boop, 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 boom. Get the clock-in number. So I clocks in. Boop, boop, boop. We in the game. Name tag, clock in, on the clock, making money, doing extra credit. I'm showing out. Hey, you need me to do this? I'm your girl. Boom, boom, boom. Studying. Got everything down pat. I started feeling myself. I goes on Twitter, but I was cognizant not to mention the name of the establishment. Thinking that was enough, not factoring the amount of followers I have or how fast my tweets go, I tweet, "I just pulled the biggest scam in employment history." And that was going to be it, but it just felt so good. They were cheering in the stands. They was like, "Spaniard, Spaniard, Spaniard." Like, it would just make me feel so good. And people was just like, "We need the story. We need the story." And I was never going to give the story. But I said, you know what? I didn't name the establishment. I could just tell them the story. No. So, I get amped up. I get the battery in my back to tell the story. So I goes in the bathroom there and I'm just, without naming the establishment, I go through the story. Boom. How I get the uniform and blend in. Boom. How I get the name tag. Boom. How I get in the system. Boom, boom, boom. They got my social. I'm clocked in. I really work here. Social media is dangerous. Probably 20 minutes after I posted my story, I had 1,000 retweets. Then I had 2,000 retweets. Then I said, this isn't good. I like the inspiration it put on the internet. People was just like, you give me inspiration, you give me hope, don't take no for an answer. You're a queen. There's always a way to get to the bag. So I felt like I touched people. You understand? So it made me feel good. But I'm just like, they're going to be on to you. I deleted the tweet, but it was too late. This guy was walking around. He's like, "Who's Julie?" But I'm thinking it's because my paperwork, I was getting ready to get my paperwork and fill out my W-2s. And I said, "I'm Julie." And he just leans in. He says, "You're the GOAT." And I said, this ain't good. I started getting that open school night feeling in my gut. You know when it's open school night, you've been acting up all year and your parents about to come, about to get your ass whooped. That's that feeling. I get anxiety. I had that gut wrench feeling in my stomach. So now I'm looking around the room and everybody's just on their phone and giggling and the room is buzzing and I'm just like, this is so bad. I mean, I just knew it was over. And it was. So everybody's giggling. I'm like, all right, I know they're on to me. So I just, no eye contact. When I get nervous, I just don't like to look people in the face. So I'm just like writing my name over and over in cursive, pretending that I'm working. But I have too much anxiety to work at this point. I can't focus. I feel like I'm going to barf. I just hated that the whole room knew. 5 minutes later, Miss Badwig pulls up on me. I'm like, "Julie, I need to speak to you." I already knew. I felt it. So we go back there and she's like, "Who hired you?" And I'm like, "Well, technically I hired me." I mean, there's no need to lie. You ask me because might as well go down for telling the truth and having that respect from her. So she's just like, "Do you see how that's crazy?" I was like, "Well, I could see, but in my mind, that's kind of like ambitious and admirable. Like, who wants the job more than me?" So she's just like, "Well, so you were saying it in an inspirational way. You weren't like bragging." I was like, "No, I wouldn't say bragging. My intent for the storytelling on Twitter was to spread inspiration, like reach for the stars kind of thing." So at that moment, she wasn't mad enough to fire me, but I know what did it. She said, "If you didn't mention the company's name, how does this whole building know?" And I said, "Well, I'm popular." And that kind of, was cocky to her, but that's the only way that I could explain it. So she said, "Let me get your Twitter." And that's when I knew I was fired. She let me go back to class. I finished the rest of my day of training. And I said to myself when I got home yesterday, I'm going to put on my brows, put my best foot forward, and just still go there with my dignity and just see if she respects me for me or she's disgusted by my Twitter. And she was disgusted by my Twitter. So this morning, I walked in there, and first person I see is Miss Badwig. And I mean, like, what you gonna do? Either gonna fire me or not. It's not the end of the world. I already have a job. This is gonna be my second job. The story was too good not to share. It's just like, what's